On your pattern, it'll say center front, has a dash line, it'll say CF or center front. That's your center front of your garment. Remember, when it comes to buttons, you're going to overlap the center fronts, right? Center front will be here and it'll be here, and they overlap. Okay? Some of you have a buttonhole guide where you already have the seam allowance taken away. Yeah, this one has the buttonholes on it right here, right? You're going to measure over 5/8 because if you measure over 5/8, when you sew it, you're not going to see that part that's hidden underneath the seam allowance. Does that make sense? Okay. You're going to measure over from this edge here to here. For example, this is a 1/2 inch. You're going to stitch it down the center front of your vest a 1/2 inch. Does that make sense? Can you, Brenda, can you give me there's a green vest and a gray and white vest on the table? Okay, so we're going to base the center front down. From there, you're going to mark your button edges, your buttonhole edges. Okay? By the way, your button goes right there in the center. So on your left front, if you're making a woman's garment, you can just put a dot right there at the center. That make sense? Here's your center. So buttons go right in the center, on the center front, where the buttonhole is. The buttonhole part, thank you. Okay. So it should be a green, oh yeah, sorry. So on this one, what they did was they stitched down the center front. See that? And they stitched down the center front. Now these buttons are in the wrong place, right? Because they should be right on the center front. Okay? Huh? On the line, because that's the distance between here and here. This is this distance here. Between here, because my seam allowance is on the inside. Make sense? Okay? So then if you're actually making using this as your guide, you're going to fold down your seam allowance, right? Place it on the edge of your fabric. And that's how you're going to mark your buttonhole. You put a mark there, mark there, mark there, mark there. And if you use the invisible ink, it'll go right through. You didn't have to tear your pattern. Does that make sense?
Through the paper.
Right through the paper. Because it's like a felt pen. This is when you use that pen, okay? This is when it's useful, okay?
What about the tracing wheel? Would you use it on the pattern?
No. Because you're not going to see them.
Well, because my Berta pattern.
Yeah, people don't use tracing wheels. In my day, when I was sewing, learned how to sew, we used tracing wheels. Now they don't use them. Okay. Any questions on that, how you mark your buttonholes?
Yes.
Okay. Question?
No.
Okay, any questions on that? No. Okay. So again, your seam allowance is folded inside. You line up with the edge of your fabric. Thank you. Oh. Question?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. From there, okay, so now we're going to put buttonholes where our marks are. Okay? And the buttonhole should actually go a little bit over the center. That's how you know when you check it to make before you cut it, it's going to go a little bit over the center, about 1/8 of an inch over the center. Then you know you have it correct. Okay? So when I have all these down here, I'm going to look and make sure this doesn't quite go over. Oh, okay, a little bit it does, right? It should go over the center. And so then your button will go right here at the center. See, so it goes over to allow for the
Does it go
exchange.
over, you said, 1/8 of an inch, or?
1/8 of an inch. From 99% of the time, it goes over 1/8 of an inch. Look at your pattern. It says over center, front, it goes over 1/8. Okay. Questions? Use your buttonhole is about 1/8 of an inch longer than your button. Your hole is about 1/8 of an inch longer than your button. Okay. So let's see. Get the stitching off of there. Okay. So if I mark these spots for my buttonhole, I want to start here, end here, and turn around. Again, if you have an automatic buttonhole, you mark just one end. Okay, and it'll automatically go around and come back along its own. That's the cool thing about it. A lot of you have machines like that at home. Okay, but if you don't, you use this one. And you see, this is my buttonhole foot. I can see inside of here where my crescent foot would block it, right? So this is the buttonhole foot. Okay, so I'm gonna line it up with that. With this, this is pressed and everything. I'm gonna line it up with here. Let me just see. Okay, when you make the buttonhole, you're going to go down, over, up, and over. Anybody got a pen?
The pencil we know.
Pencil? Okay. So you're going to go down, over, up, and over to close it. Very crude, okay?
If you don't have the
You don't
button.
have an automatic buttonhole, okay? Okay, thank you. All right, so first I'm going to see, first of all, which direction this is going before I stick it in here first. See what direction line. And if you do this little window here, you'll see an A here. So after that, you're going to do, actually it's going this way. Okay, you're going to go, this will be one side. I can't even see that number. Well, the stitching is on this side, is that 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3, this is 2, and this is 1, right? Okay, so we're gonna look at the A, go to the left. That's 1. It's gonna come down this way. Okay? Then it's gonna go over this way, and then it's gonna come back up, and then it's gonna go back to 2. So let me do that for you, okay? Start with A, go to the first one, and let me just do that.
Is this an embroidery sewing machine?
It is not, definitely not. Embroidery has a whole bunch of different stuff on it.
Well, that is a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna line it up, I'll line it up here, look at my buttonhole foot here. Line it up at the beginning of my buttonhole. Okay? Push it open. Okay, it's gonna come down toward me. So as I'm sewing here, you see it's moving down toward me. I'm gonna stop there. So I have the buttonhole foot, I know where to stop. If you have an automatic buttonhole, it'll automatically stop. Okay? Then I'm going to the next one, which is gonna be, what's that one, 2? 2. And it's gonna give me my, across this way. So you wanna do that about
you have
4
to move
times.
And that's this one here in the
That's
middle?
this one, yes, that's
Okay.
this one here.
Do you have to move it yourself, or would it automatically go towards?
You go by itself.
You have to move it yourself. No, it's gonna
gotta move
reinforce
by
the
itself.
edge, right? So watch, I'm gonna go over like 4 times.
Oh, I see.
Okay,
Yeah,
then I'll
that's
go
why
to the next
the-
one,
the-
which is gonna
Do
be,
you, like when you turn, like when you have to
Well,
turn it?
because it will go one side and then you go back up and it has to go on the other side.
then I go up this
Right,
way.
yeah.
And my buttonhole foot will let me see the ends. You gotta go slow so you see the end. And then I go back to number 2,
My whole machine's this way.
and we
Yeah,
go
my mom
across.
told me to make sure I had a button machine.
Okay, automatic buttonhole, all you do is just put the needle in there, and it automatically makes the size for you. So there's my buttonhole. We're gonna cut it close to the edge.